This is a brief introduction to Connected Papers that advertises itself as a unique, visual tool to help researchers and applied scientists find and explore papers relevant to their field of work. Before we begin, please subscribe to this channel to get access to relevant and helpful guides and tutorials. Now, let us begin. Research work can seem isolated and lonely when there is only a limited supply of relevant related literature available to a researcher. Whereas accessibility to the internet may appear to have offered a solution to the problem of limited access to available literature, it may have opened another frustrating challenge. That is how to navigate the thousands, if not millions, of literature sources to sift out those that are most relevant to the research one is undertaking. Google Scholar, for example, has two features associated with its search that enable researchers to track down literature sources that closely match the ones that they had already obtained and used. These features are the cited by and related articles functions that are below every source that appears in Google Scholar searches. Much as these features of Google Scholar are helpful, I believe we all wished we had something much more systematic in the way it organizes the literature sources based on their relevance. This is where Connected Papers come in handy. This is the Connected Papers web page. Enter an article into the search box through several options that include its digital object identifier, DOI, number, URL, or its title. Connected Papers will build a graph giving you a network of similar papers on the same subject matter. Let us assume you are writing on a subject on which you have only limited previous knowledge or resources. I suppose one of the first places you would begin your search from is Google Scholar. The search on Google Scholar may have produced a relevant article and you would want to get more like it. Copy the article's DOI title or URL if it is on a repository like PubMed or Semantic Scholar. Paste the DOI title, URL into the Connected Papers search box and click the Build a Graph button. Notice how the percentage progress is displayed on the page as the site scurries the internet for papers related to your search. When it is done, it will display the list of related papers, and a graphical network with each paper represented by a node. Notice how the nodes are in different sizes because the more cited a paper is, the bigger the node representing it. Similarly, the darker the node, the more recent the paper is. Notice also how some papers are nested closer than the others. This is because more similar papers are closer to each other and have stronger connecting lines. To the left of the page is a list of all related papers. As you hover over each title with your cursor, you will see its details displayed to the right of the page. The details displayed would include a summary of the article's main contents. You can expand the view of the list of related papers that are to the left. When you do that, notice how some vital metrics are populated for each article, including its authors, year of publication, and the number of times that it has been cited. Of particular relevance is the similarity index for each article as a measure of its relatedness to the original article. You can also download the entire list of related articles as a BibTeX file which you can then import into a citation manager such as EndNote, Mendeley, and Zotero. It is also possible to disaggregate the list of related papers into prior or derivative works. Prior works are papers that were most commonly cited by the papers in the graph. This level of citation suggests that they are important seminal works on the subject that a researcher would need to get familiar with. Derivative works are papers that cited many of the papers in the graph. This usually means that they are either surveys of the field or recent relevant works that were inspired by the papers in the graph. It is possible to download the list in both categories if you want to. With this level of detail on related papers, Connected Papers provide a lay of the field to researchers interested in a subject matter. It informs the researcher about the most important works on the subject matter, including those that may be easily missed because they were recently published. I hope you have benefited from this brief video clip. If so, please like it and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you for listening. Bye.